There's one more phenomenon of Agastya in the extreme south. So we all know the story of Agastya. Agastya was a rishi who came from northern India, cross of Indias, told the Indians, don't grow till I come back. Then we also know there's one more story of Agastya which says that the gods came to Agastya and asked him to drink up the ocean because they wanted to kill some demons that live under the ocean. So Agastya drank up the ocean and the gods killed the demons. Then they told him, okay, give the waters back. And then he gave the waters back. So our ancestors were not idiots. There's two ways to take these stories. One way is to look at it as these stories encoded astronomical wisdom and other wisdom because they had the same cranial capacity as you and me. They were not silly people who were making silly stories like this. So they had to communicate some information encoded as stories. If we look at this map over here, which shows the appearance of the star called Canopus. Canopus is a star associated with Agastya. We look at the appearance of Agastya in the southern hemisphere. Agastya is a star that is there in the southern hemisphere. India is in the northern hemisphere. Normally, we can't see Canopus because we are in the northern hemisphere. You can't go to Kanyakumari and go tippy toes and try to see Canopus. You can't do that because the curvature of the earth is too much. However, precision has allowed us a view of the southern hemisphere. Precision has dipped in such a way that the whole world is dipped in such a way we can see the stars in the southern section of the sky which are not visible to us earlier. So Professor Abhayankar drew this graph and he said that Canopus was visible from Kanyakumari in 10,000 BCE. It is visible in Chennai in 8,000 BCE, visible in Vindhyas in 5,200 BCE, in New Delhi in 3000 BCE, and today in the year 2000, it's visible all over India. But it is also going through a disappearance cycle. So eventually, we will not be able to see Agastya 10,000 years from now because the precession of the earth will tilt backwards in such a way that we can't see the stars in the south anymore. So that's what's going to happen. So if we correlate the precession record with the ice ages, it appears that Agastya drinking the ocean corresponds to the late glacial maximum 12,000 years ago, and Agastya refilling the ocean corresponds to the late glacial ice age melting, which is around 7,000 years ago. So it appears that the people living in India at that time must have noticed the appearance of suddenly they see a new star that has come to the southern hemisphere, which was not there earlier, and that's referred to as Agastya having come there and done these things.